It also adds a little bit of a cardio effect to your workout, which is something that's really going to help with burning those calories. And remember, the caloric deficit helps with getting rid of those love handles. Hey guys, Mark McKillier. I'm with Live Anabolic, and today I love the title of this one. It's called the Love Handles Be Gone Workout. So what I'm really going to do is give you several different exercises that you can use to target your oblique muscles, all right? So many guys, all right, even some of my young buddies that are in their 20s have got problems getting rid of those love handles, all right? Well, before I get into the exercise, let me just talk about it in general. And that is, first off, these exercises are going to be fantastic for really strengthening your core and making everything nice and tight. But if your nutrition isn't on point, all right, those love handles are never going to disappear no matter how many of these exercises you do. So first off, guys, you got to focus on your nutrition. And I'm not talking about just eating healthy. For most of you guys, that's all it's going to take, eating healthy and exercising. But you also need to count your calories, not every day, but just for 1 or 2 typical days. You need to figure out how many calories you consume on an average day. And then you need to get one of these apps off the internet, they're free, where you can calculate how many calories you burn on a typical day. And you have to make sure that you're burning more calories than you're consuming. You need to be in a caloric deficit, all right? So how much of a deficit? I typically say shoot for 500 calories per day, because you multiply that by 7 days a week, you end up with 3,500 calories per week deficit, and guess what? 1 pound of fat is equivalent to 3,500 calories. So that's a great way to lose fat, but you have to know how much you're taking in versus how much you're burning off, all right? You do that right, those love handles are gonna disappear, and these exercises that I'm gonna show you are gonna make you look fantastic. Okay, so before we get into the exercise, just real quick, I wanna mention that we have a fantastic Facebook group. Guys, it's a free resource. Just click the link below this video. It'll take you, we have administrators. I'm on there every day. I'm the chief administrator, so I'm answering everybody's question. I'm posting fun content. Thousands of guys all around the world, just like you, they're trying to get fit, lose fat, put on muscle, get back in shape, take control of their life, their health, their libido, their testosterone levels. We talk about everything on there. So join the group, guys. It is a blast. It is by far and away the best fitness group on all of Facebook. All right, so that being said, I want to get into these exercises. So my tip for today is not just the exercises themselves, but how and when to do them. This is something that I've been doing for years at the gym, all right? So in between sets, and it depends on what kind of a workout program you're doing, but a lot of you guys are doing conventional workouts where you might do 10, 12 reps of an exercise, and then you stop and you rest, right? You gotta catch your breath. You gotta let your blood pump that lactic acid out of your muscles, all right? So that you're ready to hit the next set, all right? Well, so what do you do when you're resting for 60 or 90 seconds? That's kind of boring and it's wasted time. So that's when I love to work in these ab exercises. So if you're doing chest, all right, we can do an ab exercise in between sets, but your chest is still getting rested. Same thing if you're doing legs or back or arms, it doesn't matter, all right? Your abs, your core is separate from all these other muscle groups that we're working. And so it's a great way to be super time efficient. So the first exercise is gonna be something called a seated punch with a twist, but we're also gonna throw in some dumbbells. Now, you don't have to use dumbbells. It's gotta be something really, really lightweight. So probably no more than 5 pounds, all right? I'm gonna show you how to do that, but remember, I want you to use your time the most efficiently way possible. You can do these in between sets, all right? So a typical workout, all right, that you guys might be doing might include 15 or 20 sets total for the day, or maybe even more. So you can do these ab exercises in between each set. So that gives you potentially up to 15 to 20 ab exercises you can do, all right? Real straightforward. Now you don't have to do abs in between every set, but it's up to you. Just listen to your body. So as I mentioned, the first exercise is called a seated twisting punch with a dumbbell. If you don't have dumbbells, that's fine. I just kind of get in a nice, comfortable position here, all right? These are super light, 5-pound dumbbells. And I'm just gonna be twisting from side to side. And once again, you don't have dumbbells, that's okay. So just sitting in this position, all right, preventing my torso from falling back means I'm forced to engage my abs. And then of course, the twisting movement engages our obliques at the same time that I'm engaging the front part of my stomach. So really straightforward exercise. You guys do this. And once again, you can play with the speed, how fast you do it. This, unlike most exercises, is something you can do slow or fast. Either way, it works just the same. Okay, so exercise number 2, something called a side plank with a rotation. So guys, we're gonna get into the plank position, but we're gonna be doing it on our elbow, all right? You could try it on your arm, okay, on your hand like this, but it's really hard to balance when you start throwing in the rotation. So I like to do it down here on my elbow, get a nice straight plank position, and this is the rotation. From here to here, underneath us, and then up top. And if you need to get a little more balance, instead of putting your feet on top of one another, you can have a kind of a scissor base to your feet here. Get back up, okay? Boom, 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 boom. All right, so I'm not telling you guys today specifically how many reps to do, and that's because everybody watching here is in a completely different place in their fitness journey. Some guys can knock out 20 of these, some guys might only be able to do 5 or 6, so it's fine. Just listen to your body, okay? And so you do this, get back up, do whatever exercise or the program you're doing for the day. Remember, maybe we're doing chest or back, knock that out, and then during your next rest period, get down, do these side planks on the other side, all right? So make sure you hit both sides, all right? Really straightforward way, guys. Now the other thing is you're gonna notice it also adds a little bit of a cardio effect to your workout, which is something that's really gonna help with burning those calories. And remember, the caloric deficit helps with getting rid of those love handles. Okay, so exercise number 3, something we can just do standing. You don't need any other equipment, no dumbbells, no nothing. And these are called knee to elbows. And so guys, we're gonna be bringing our elbow to our offside knee, okay? And so I don't want you just doing this, all right? If you can, put your hands up here, okay? Don't clasp your hands behind your head. Just put your fingers by your ears, and we could go from side to side. And really try to twist as much as you can. So if you're cheating, you could be doing this, right? I'm just bringing my knee across and I'm touching, all right? So I want you to really twist your torso and bring your torso across as much as you can. And if you can try, get your elbow to the outside part, okay? Inside is okay, but the more you twist, you can get it almost to the outside of your thigh. This is engaging all of our core. It may look easy. You guys do this correctly, you're really gonna start to feel it. Okay, so our last exercise today that's gonna focus on these obliques is something called a side bridge. So we're gonna get basically in an elevated plank position, okay? And you can put your feet on top of each other like this, or you can go kind of one behind the other. And keep a nice straight line here. And I'm up on my hands, and then I'm just gonna let my hip sag down to the ground and then back up. Sag this hip, then back up. So the key, guys, everybody can sag, right? Because you're letting gravity pull you down. But I want you to control your body weight as best as possible on the way down. And then when you come back up, really try to get your hips as high as possible. And when you get them as high as possible, that'll put your body in a nice straight line. So that gives you more range of motion when you really flex your core and try to get your hips real nice and high at the top of the movement. Okay, so before I sign out, guys, I just want to remind you, click the link below this video. You got to go over and try out our Facebook group. You don't have to use your real name. You don't have to use pictures of yourself. You can be anonymous. You can just kind of sit back and absorb everything that people are talking about. And then eventually, if you feel comfortable, you might decide to post some pictures of yourself, but you don't have to do it. You just need to join the group, because I guarantee you, you're gonna get way more out of your fitness journey when you're part of a big group of people. And then finally, guys, remember, you have to stick with it forever and ever and ever, and never give up on yourself.